go. So YouTube should now have the streams. Well, careful. Let's have a look if we can see my stream on YouTube. See if it's okay and working correctly as it should. So we'll do that real quick. Yes, okay, it's live. I can see it's good. Live on YouTube. And then TikTok is also live. So if I go to an alt account there, that will work. Nice. Yes. And it looks more than fine. Good. Okay, let's go and draw something. So I just was like testing some stuff out, hence those scribbles. Here we go. Wait, I got 10 gems for what? Oh, the likes probably. Start exploring. Got it. Create a camp. Okay. Yeah, it was from the likes. Nice. Oh well. Nice. Okay, let's start drawing. So we're drawing on A4 size here. Okay. I don't really have a plan for what I'm drawing, so we're just gonna see what comes out of the drawing today. So, okay, yeah, I'm going for a creature here. And what I like to do in drawing creatures is start around the eye and build out from there, seeing how shaped the body is around the eye. And yes, this becomes more like that. Got like a beak here. Draw down a little bit further back. Delete it a little bit. There we go. And then we copy that over to that size. Like so. Okay. I think that's a nice start for a sketch. Because this is just sketching out thus far. Not really anything. Yes. Let's add in those nose holes in the beak. Nice. Body goes like that. Then this is wing, I'm guessing. It is very much a bird-like creature. So there we go. Okay. Actually, really quickly, I'm looking in the creator camp for stuff that would happen. Maybe. Yes, okay. Trivia zone. What's a trivia zone? You guys can't see this. YouTube probably can see this. That's wrong, YouTube. Yeah, well, who cares? We'll see. So Also, with this drawing, I'm not going to delete anything when it comes to the entire drawing, so I mean, I am going to delete little bits, but like, I'm not going to delete anything I've drawn. So, this drawing, I have to work with whatever I've drawn thus far, basically. So, I have to work with this head and everything. I am probably explaining it very bad. What I meant, but that's fine. It's just a sketch thus far. Oh, that's full bottom. Okay. Of course, we need a background to this drawing. Which also helps with the scale of the creature in the front. So that's going to be a nice wood stump, wood trunk stump, yeah, tree trunk, wood stump, stump. Right there. It's going to be another tree right over here, and it's kind of a spruce tree. So they're tall, lengthy, don't have that much on the bottom. And then around here would be the first layer of leaves. Going up like that. And a bunch more of those hiding in the background. Differing heights as well. Further back. Like that. And a bit more texture to them, a bit more shaping. There we go. Oh, yeah. You know, instead I think I'll make this a little bit of land and this a bit of water instead of wings to get away from the bird, maybe. Yeah, we'll add in some horns to the creature. Oh, that should be in on the creature layer. Same as this one should not be in it. Yeah. Bit of horns. This should be on this layer and not on the creature layer. So we can add some shape into there for now. And we remove it on this layer. Clean the layers up a little bit. So let's see, and we have the curve in here, so water is going to go here as well. So we have that line over there. And then we have water curving around the bends here. With a bit of land there. Nice. And I think actually something like a tree stump over here would also, or something like that, would help. A lot. Adding in more detail and more scale reference, as well as breaking up any possible the grass here a little bit more. There we go. So I think that's most of the sketching done. I mean, you of course have the sky behind you and the horizon, which is around here-ish. So if we do maybe a sun setting in the background with some clouds, I think that would look nice. Yeah. Okay. Now we go on a layer on top of this. Go to this brush, and it's time to no. Actually, because that was too thick of a line. Smooth out the sketch a little bit more. I'm not going to fully smooth it out because I do really like a sketchy drawing because it's very clear that isn't AI when I do that. Because AI doesn't do very sketchy, they try to do very refined art. Which I don't do. Because I don't like AI and everything. Fuck AI. Hello people. So here we go. Actually, we're going to put these layers on a lower opacity to make it easier to see where we've been and where we haven't been yet. Also, there seems, yeah, there's a little bit of like a the pen and location of where the thingy is a little bit off from each other. There's an offset, so I need to keep that in mind for now. Like so. So now we have a creature with a bird beak, horns, a long neck. So, an interesting mystical creature, that's for sure. And actually, I think I'll add in a smaller set of secondary horns down here. I think that would look nice. Yeah, that looks nice. Good. That means that this layer can be removed for now. A little bit more refined of a drawing now. And that's about how much refining we're going to do. Then the next layer we'll work on is actually, of course, this layer, which will do the outlines of and improve from the sketch. Then I might keep some of this layer in existence for like the woody details. And actually, we're pulling this tree in front of this trunk right now. So we're changing also a little bit of the perspective here. And first that. Hello. Uh, Here we go. Grab this line. We did do this tree, right? A little bit of that tree, yeah. There we go. And this tree stump. We also refine the shape of that one a little bit more into an actual tree stump. By adding in the actual roots around here. There we go. And that means Yeah, I think I'll keep these layers all for now, because there is a lot of detail missing on this one now. Also for detail of like wood stuff, lines are very good, especially if you go with the shape of the tree. They can add a whole lot of detail. Here we're going to do that. Okay, let's block out some colors, shall we? And for that I have a brush I really like, and that's over here, this one. So I want to go with a bit of a gray here. This should be bigger. Yeah, that's better. Actually, no, we're gonna be starting with a little bit of gray just in this creature itself. So this brush adds a whole lot of texture immediately to whatever you're drawing. So it's very good for that, texture brush. And it's our little squares. There we go. So we do that same over here. There we go. And go a little bit lighter and on a layer below it, and we'll do the bottom of the body here. Add in a lot more detail. Add in some detail on here. Let's go a little bit lighter, even more for the beak itself. And for the horns, which immediately makes it look like it's made out of the same material, which is logical. There we go. And actually we go back to that first color because I missed a little bit over here. There we go. And actually we go over twice and darken it a little bit. There we go. Immediately some shadow to it. And actually the same should be done for the horns. We'll go over twice. There we go. And all the way back here we're going to do a bit of black in the eyes. But on top of that, with a little bit lighter of a brush, little highlights. Not the under highlight, the top highlights. It should pull down a little bit more. There we go. So that's the start of the creature in terms of coloring. We're probably going to add a little bit more colors to it, of course, but for now it's gray blocking, basically. Background. Let's start with the actual backgrounds now. So we're going to increase the brush size. Hey, why is it? Oh wait, it's white. I'm drawing with white. That's why. That's not good. Here we go. So we start with a nice brown, nice warm orange for the night sky, for the setting sun sky. That's the first pass. And we try to avoid the creature because of coloring. And then we go to an even lighter orange, more around this part where the sun would be. And actually pull up that back layer, as I have the sun over here. Because now if we go all the way to yellow, we add a layer yellow in the sun outline. Actually go back to this layer color so that we can add in a little bit more of that orange. And actually for the next yellow we go way brighter because we're going to add a layer of white to it. And actually also, yes, like that. Then on top of that we're going to go for a layer of green, a nice dark green, to set the horizon and color that in. Which it might be a little bit splotchy right now, but we can fix that later on. And we're going to add in a little bit of a lighter green, especially around the horizon itself. And like that. Yes. Then actually we go for a dark green for the spruce tree leaves, which will draw upwards mostly. You really get that upwards motion in there. Feel. Yeah. There we go. And there we go. Just 22 minutes live. I expected it to be. Ah, it was way quicker than I expected, to be honest. Actually, we go back to the greens. Back to this dark green. Because we have an area here that still needs some more dark green. Actually quite a dark green. Now, give me a moment, I'm going to take a sip of drink. My iced tea. And then we grab a lighter green. Go over it a little bit in some spotches at the edge here where light would come through. And actually, I do think I think we could add in like a layer of light that actually comes through the trees here. Like so. To light that up. Okay. We're going to a darker brown. And we are underneath the branches of the tree, so we can just add in the brown. There we go. Immediately adds in a whole lot of texture to the trees as well. And of course, we need to do a little bit of shading due to the sun, which I'll do a little more of with like the blue shading in a bit, but for now we'll use same color shading. And then we go for a lighter brown and actually go towards the ground here, over which we'll add water in a bit. Now it looks a bit like a path. That's fine. So if we darken this little bit here, we immediately go and darken this bit here, this bit. There we go. Then we go on top of that. We go to a nice blue here, and we add that on top. Of course, we have to do multiple layers and work through them. And that's the first layer of water on there. Nice icy blue water, which immediately gives us like a crystal clear appearance to it. So we'll add a little bit more of a streaming effect, adding some splotches of less opacity. There we go. Yes, and then I think it's time for the creature itself to get some color besides the gray. So we go above the gray layers. Oh, that's right. And then we go, and I actually think a bit of a red might be good. Or do we go full fancy and go with a different color? Though green would also make sense. Let's do green. No, it's too much green. I need something to break up the green, so actually we'll go with a maroon. Yes. Oh, comes out a bit more purplish. Comes out a little bit more purplish, but that's fine. It's a color that breaks up the surroundings, and this is better. This would be B. And also makes it clear that this is not a normal creature that you would find in everyday life. Because besides some octopi, maybe a starfish and such, most creatures are not colored like this. And then for the beak, we go a little bit more red, lighter. And I think that's for this here. For the under bits. And actually, I overdrew a little bit there. Go Shift C. So we remove all of that over there. Go over it again. And the beak itself, I do really want to give it like a silver feeling. Same with the horns. So we'll go with another gray. Also adding more shaping to the beak because of that, due to that. Same goes for the horns. There we go. Nice. And of course we still need to do some shading work. So actually we go to that color. Go back to this layer. And do a little bit of shading. By darkening the color with more layers. Nice. There we go. And on top of here, we're going to start with the dark blue shading. which of course is going to pull this piece a little bit further together. So there we go. That should be a little less. I'm gonna do this in multiple layers, of course, because there isn't just one layer of shading that we need to do. And there's more like light shading from the side. A little bit bigger over here. And over here as well, we're going to do it so that we have a inlaid eyelids a bit more, an eye surrounding. There we go. Nice. Okay, new layer for shading. Go over the water here. It's going to be the water shading. Making it look nice and dark. Good. When we do the trees, actually, that is not where the shading should be. The shading should be more in the middle for this tree because it's like right in front of the sun. Same goes for this one, although this one has a little bit more shading to the side here, and especially this bit. A bit higher. Should have that shading on there. Like so. And do the same over here. And it, of course, is also not the only shading layer we'll do for each part of here. Might do multiple for certain parts. Okay, we shade this. Actually, here. Fully shading is the most parts. So do this. A little bit right here. It's gonna get some sunlight shading, sunlight hitting it. Okay, let's darken this here a little bit more. Same over here. Let's do that. There we go. Maybe in the future, Phantom. For now, I'm just drawing a creature over here, which going to do the shading for. Gonna grab a yellow next. I'm gonna do a little bit of yellow. Yeah. For some reason though, my chat thingy is also translating it. I don't know why. I don't want to have it translated. Oh. Because it's out translating it into Dutch, which is, I just don't want that. Uh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't know how to deactivate that actually. It's an annoying feature. Anyways. There should be a little bit of a highlight on here thanks to the light hitting it. Oh, that could very well be, yeah. But that should be English though. Right, let me go look in the settings. Small little break in the drawing process. Let's go look in the settings of my... Oh no, it is in Dutch. Yeah. Channel. Ooh. But this is in English. And then this is in Dutch again. What the fuck? Settings. Advanced settings? No. No. There we go. Languages. Let's activate English. Let's see, where's Dutch? Oh, Nederlands. So... Okay, yeah, Netherlands. Confirm. Count. Let's reload. It isn't changing here. Probably not the right setting then. And you guys can see this right now, so I don't know how to do this. Oh, you guys, I mean, YouTube. How to change the language of your Google account? I might need to do it in my main Google account, actually. Yeah. In that case, I'm going to disable the display capture for a little bit. Due to privacy stuff. Okay, yeah, no, this Google account is in English. This one isn't. I've got multiple, yes. Language and region. English. Confirm. There we go. Result language filter, yes. Result region, yeah. Yeah, I fixed it. I fixed it. So now you guys are allowed to see again. No more privacy screen. Hello, welcome back. I fixed it. At least I think I fixed it now. Maybe I need to let me reopen YouTube chat for a moment. So let's see. Go to go live. Yeah, oh, what the fuck? It's still in Dutch here. What the fuck? I might need to close everything down. Is that it? Display language English, result language filter. Yes, current region. Yeah. Oh, it is on that other account. Okay. Language. Display language, yeah. Does that still have a region? Could be. Let's just set that to the United Kingdom then. For now, confirm. Let's see if that works. Here we go back to here. No, did not work. Did not work. I have no fucking clue. No, it's not in English now. Still, it's still in Dutch. It's still getting auto-translated. For no fucking reason. Google, why do you do stuff like that? Ugh. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was noticing it in the last stream I did as well. But yeah, it is very annoying. Cause why is it in Dutch? I'm speaking English. My stream title is in English. My whole channel is in English. And then my stream chat suddenly translated to Dutch. So yeah. Okay, well, let's keep going with the drawing, shall we? Let's lower it a little bit more to make it more realistic. And also let's go back to what I attempted to do with that light thingy here, which is not that great, because we'll remove that and do the same again, but this time with the yellow. And we'll do it with this. No, that doesn't work. I might. Yeah, let's look at that at here. Let's see. Other settings, yes. Overlays, no. Not there. And there aren't really any stream settings here that I can really see. There's community, deal participants. Oh. Oh, yeah, I still have it off. Still on the privacy screen. Yeah, no, there really isn't. Oh, goddamn. Or maybe here? Side settings. Da, 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 da. Uh, uh. Yeah, I have to close that again because of privacy reasons. No. Yeah, no. Appearance. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Also, let's check on TikTok that they ship. Yeah, okay, they're fine. They can just look at it like that. Good. Languages maybe. Yes, it is. Ah, here. Remove. Remove. Uh, remove. Add language. English. And add, and then also Dutch. So yes, I fixed it. I fixed it. I've done it. I am a master at computers. No more Dutch stuff in my YouTube chat. Hell yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. Now we can continue drawing. No, it's still doing it. It's still bloody doing it. Wait. Let's refresh. Live streaming. Let's refresh this page. This is still in Dutch and it's still doing it. What the fuck? What the? Yeah. Oh, Google, why are you being annoying? Who do I have to shoot? Who do I have to bloody shoot? Ah. I almost got murderous from this. But okay. Well, anyways, let's ignore it for now. We've already done quite a lot to try and fix it. And that seemed like it's willing to let itself be fixed itself. I thought it was done, but no. Oh well, let's keep drawing. Yeah. Okay. Let's remove this. Let's add a new layer. Yeah, I mean, Phantom works in as is not translated for something reason. Oh wait, I'm using square brush. Yeah, no. Needs to be normal. There we go. I didn't like the light falling through. Okay. No, it should be removed here. Wait, let's do that again. That is correct, yeah? No. No. The actual Dutch word is phantom. Which is, but for some reason, probably because you capitalized it, it didn't translate it to Dutch. Instead, keeping it like that. Because probably thought like, oh, it's possibly a name or something. So probably something like that. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah, my YouTube name would translate to De Zwarte Draak, which is not bad, but the Black Dragon just sounds more menacing. Add a little bit on the water here. actually a secondary layer here. Turns it a little bit more green as well. It's not bad. Makes it look more natural. There we go. A little bit more here. A little bit more up here. Definitely more around here. Oh, of course, these layers are below the grass layers, aren't they? Yeah, they are below the grass layers. There we go. Like that. Good. Good. Okay. Let's see. There's definitely more stuff I should probably add in terms of like stuff. Just multiply. Just overlay burn. Let's use burn. And burn it a little bit, maybe? No, not that color. I mean, that works for some more light streaks stuff. Yeah. Let's turn it down a little bit. And actually, let's add a little bit of red on top of here. Yeah. Nice. I do think that this piece, for the most part, is done-ish. Some of these should not be active. There we go. Yeah. I think this piece is mostly done. So let's go sign it with my brush that I really like for that kind of stuff. Which actually is the brush I started sketching with today. This one. Let's go into... Oh no, I need better color and it needs to be a little bit thicker. Oh, and it needs to be an active layer, of course. Let's make it its own layer. And actually go back. I did actually make some weird stuff there. Okay. Let's go up here. TBD, the Black Dragon. Signed. There we go. And that in only about an hour. So, that is nice. Let's make a new drawing. Same size. And I'm not really good at drawing humans though. I could probably am just going to be doodling mostly here on this one. So I could try. I could try drawing human. Or at least something humanoid. I mean, that is a bit of a humanoid head. Neck. And the rest of the body will be hidden by smoke, because I don't want to draw the rest of the body. And since it's gonna be Phantom, that works. Mouth mask. Mask. Beanie. Like stringy. So a little bit more of a drip backwards. His short bluish hair. Eyes are a little bit too big. Actually, I should probably quickly look at some reference image of Phantom's profile picture. Let me pull it up. He has blue eyes. I figured he would have that. And they're big in his profile picture anyway, so we'll do that as well here. The laces of its jacket going like that, and the wind. Okay, yeah, let's refine this a little bit more. One of the things I need to do is pull this out a little bit further, because then we get a better head shape. Like so. Oh, the ears, of course. Ears are needed. A little bit more of a drippy beanie. That hair is a little bit too curvy. It will be fixed. There we go. Actually, the jacket goes up to here. With the capuchon. Hood. Again. The lap piece. Blowing in the wind. There we go. A bit more curved there. Of course, hair needs to go like that. A little bit longer hair. I'll give him in the back here. Oh, yeah. Wait. What do you mean inactivity detected? It was saying inactivity detected. I was. Oh. How dare TikTok say inactivity? I was drawing. I literally was here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I do think with the sketch layer underneath it looks better currently. Yes, that's already low. Yeah. Let's add in a little bit more curve here, a little bit over here. The shoulder will be around here. There we go. I did make the head a little bit too large, I think. Let's do that. So let's reselect that. So I'm gonna, yeah. And let's do that again so that we get the beanie a little bit bigger again. Oh, no, 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 that's... There we go. And actually, that's... Yeah. Deselect. And now we can crop this smaller canvas so that this is the main thing. Okay. Here we go. Let's continue. This is a little bit... Oh, fuck. No, 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 no. Oh, what the fuck? I reversed this. I don't know why. I didn't want to. Bam. Okay. One of the things I'm seeing right now that I think I should change is the length of this, because this is a little bit too long, I feel like. So more like around here-ish. It should end. The rest of the shaping is good, and I think that I should probably pull this up a little bit more so that the neck ends around. Because then let's go on here. Neck goes like, oh, neck goes like that. Yeah, that's a way better neck then. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Let's sharpen this actually. Like so. Oh yeah. Okay, let's also fix this shape of the ear a little bit more. that. There we go. Yeah. A little bit more refined beanie. I should put down a little bit more. And a little bit of curve in the front and back. Then and then like so. Now we also have the eyebrow in there. Again, yeah. Again, there's a shoulder. Here we have a shoulder, which is, I think I'm doing the perspective here decently. I hope so. So, actually pull this down a little bit more, like so. And then the lace this thingy going out like that. And the wind. Yeah. That's already way better. Actually, not a bad drawing for me when it comes to humans. And a little bit more hair over here. Let's delete a little bit of this here and add a little bit more shaping to it. Like that. Let's connect this to there. Oh yeah, definitely needs a little bit more refinement around here. Breaking that up. Like so. A bit more shape here. Da, 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 da. I'm definitely not going to do a full body drawing. Maybe a little bit more of the body like this. It's also, its profile picture is not full body. So, yeah. Okay, he's got an orange shirt on. Jacket. So the jacket I can do an orange shirt. And I will just pull the arms downwards. Make it a long sleeve jacket. There we go. Yeah, I actually am pretty happy with the sketch. To the point that I think this will actually be the outlining for the most part of the actual drawing. And we'll remove this line bit here a little bit, but keep that line on the shoulder, making it look like a bit of a padded shoulder, or reinforced shoulder or something like that. And I think it's actually a good time to start coloring. So we go back to the brush I just used on the other piece, go underneath here, and we start by doing the black parts of the clothing. And we go to a smaller version of the brush, so we have more control. We don't go outside the lines that we set. Like so. There we go. Actually a little bit bigger. Allows me to do the work a little bit quicker. And second layer already on there. And though his original profile picture has him like as a very chill guy, I'm trying to make this one look a little bit more like a cool guy. So that's a bit more what this is meant to be. Might slightly misrepresent him, but that's fine, I hope. Also, I don't think he's currently in chat, so he's not seeing this. So, yeah. Okay, but that's the black parts of his character design done. The next big part is the gray of the jackets, mostly. So let's do that next. It's actually quite a dark gray. But first, let's do a base layer of gray on the entire jacket. These are the bits that should be. And then do a second layer. Actually keep the tops a bit lighter. For that actually, to make it look like it's something else. One more layer on top of this to make it darkest that possibly can be with this layer. There we go. And let's darken it a little bit more. So yeah, I think I'll have the light come from like here-ish, like from that side. So though we're not actually at the shading part yet, but I'll just add a little bit in already, just to have a bit of a reference already. The lighting, how it's going to go. Then let's now do the orange bits. Bright orange. Let's go down here. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a whole bit of the drawing down there. I mean, I can crop that off later. That's fine, I guess. Because like the most important part of the character is up here. So this is actually based on the profile picture of a friend of mine called Phantom. He's also a YouTuber. He plays Minecraft a lot as well. And we're actually on the same server playing Minecraft, though that server isn't yet active yet. We're planning a server which we'll be playing on with some other people, which is gonna be fun. Might hear something about that soon. I mean, I've already dropped a hint in one of my videos, but yeah, very much at the end of that video. Actually, I'm making a little bit darker skinned. To yeah, that's better. That's better. Because his profile picture is very much light skinned, well, and is more fits the reality. While also keeping it decently light skinned. So yeah. Okay, there we go. And then it's icy blue hair is next of the character. Actually pull that over that layer so that we yes. Like that. Again, we'll crop the bottom off and more. Bam. There we go. Then lastly, the thing that needs color in of the clothes and such, actually that we skipped and we'll do on the top layer is the laces of the jacket. And those actually need to be white. A little bit bigger. Go. And they're blowing in the wind. Just like the answers, my friend, are blowing in the wind. And the background on his profile picture is very much a blue, but it's a light blue, but I'm going for a darker blue to make the hair stand out a little bit more. And go to the background and do that. Nice. Though of course I've got the eyes. The eyes need to be done. So let's do them now. Control Z. Let's layer it up a little bit more. Like so. Then we can actually do the eyes they're supposed to be. Okay, a bit smaller, go a bit darker. And there we go. Then we go to black. And we added the pupil. Nice and big. There we go. Bit of shading background there. Should go a little bit light gray shading instead. Yeah, that works better. There's a highlight color. A little bit more of a highlight on the eye. There we go. Good. Speaking of shading, let's immediately go and add in the rest of the eye shading. There. I mean, the eye is very much to... Oh, that eye is wrong. Yeah, no, that eye's not drawn correctly. How I'm going to fix that? It's simple. I'm going back to this brush. I'm going back to this sketch layer, the top layer. This layer. And we're going to put a line right there. And delete this to that line, which is better. Yes, it improves it already. You still have it looking towards the side, but it's way better now. We make this a little bit less, and we curve that line a little bit more. Like that. Actually, make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, let's clean this up a little bit more. So you still have that looking towards the side, but also have a more realistic eye. Yeah. We go back to the skin colors. Well, actually, we just need to go to this one. And delete this bit. Now we go back to the skin colors and fix it. Yeah. Yes. And then we go back to this brush. That's the wrong color. We'll go Control Z. Yes, okay. And also we fix the coloring issue that the blue in the back created now. Soon to fix that shading coloring there. We'll do that right now, which is on this layer. There we go. Yeah, that's way better. Yeah, that's way better. Good. And then we go back to the other skin color that we did and do another layer of that over the skin. We already have the skin here now. That's fine. It's good to have a bit more. Yeah, like so. Do the same over here for both colors. There we go. Bit of a scrawny neck, but that's fine. Maybe fix it over there a little bit, yeah. Then we go back to that orange. Give it also another layer. A little bit in some places. Good. Then go back to a dark gray. Give this a little overhaul and darkening. Actually, it turns a little bit lighter, that's fine though. And back to the orange because I forgot to do this part. Yes. Alright, now it's time for shading. And for this one, we'll go with a consistent shading layer for the most part. Starting with this bit over here. At least we'll start with a consistent shading layer. This one gets shading over here. Put this here. And this here needs shading, definitely. There we go. Under the hair. Ear needs shading. Under the hair. Mask with some shading. The beanie gets shading. Hair gets shading over here. So there's just a first shading layer, which is most of the base shading that we'll have on here. And then we need some shading over there. Some shading over here. And after this, we'll do a base highlighting layer. As well. So there we go. I mean, most of this is already very well lit, but there we go. Oh, that should be lit actually. And here needs shading because it's turning away from the sun light, which we'll have on from coming from this side. There we go. I'm going to white for the highlights, like on these pieces of hair. Beanie. Actually, also a little bit over here on the beanie, on the rim of the beanie. Mask. This piece. Let's lower that. And let's go to yellow for like the sun, the actual color of the shading. Yellow. Highlights. And we do that a little bit less than the white. A bit more subtle yellow. There we go. And also drop that down lots. There we go. Then I think it's now time for a second shading pass. So we'll do some different shading layers and opacity for different bits of the drawing now. So this is going to be skin shading. Darker bits of the skin gets a little bit more shading. Right here, also a bunch of shading. A little bit on the mask here. There we go. And then we'll do one for the hair, which in the back here and below here gets the darker color. Underneath the ear. Underneath the beanie. The ear again. There we go. A little bit more back here. Yes. And then the mask and beanie, especially in the back here. So around here-ish. Where they get shit. The beanie gets shedding. Mask gets shedding around here. And then the jacket. Like that. Then we lower that to that level. Bit more shading over here. A lot more shading over here. Due to light. Get a little bit of shading over here now because it is in the dark there. There we go. I think for the most part that's it done. I mean, we could add in a little bit more of an effect with some clouds thingies. Like this. One, and go above all the layers. Yeah, add in some clouds like that to really sell the wind effect. There we go. Actually, let's redo that a little bit. We don't have those small lines. So now it's a bit of a misty drawing set in the mist. Actually going to add in a bit of grey bits in the ear. So that. Go back to white. And there we go. Which also falls back on the name Phantom. Hell yeah. And then we go up here. Final layer. Signed. So, there we go, peeps. Nice 2 drawings made today. First one with a creature and the second one displaying Phantom. Which I do think I did a decent job at. I'm going to post it, send it to him and ask if he likes it. So, yeah. But anyways, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all I have time for in terms of streaming today. So if you enjoyed it, please... Oh, hello, Phantom. You're back. Hey, welcome back. Yes, I drew you. You were gone, and suddenly you were there. Thank you. I'll send it to you so that you have it in a little bit. So yes. But I think that's all I have time for in terms of streaming for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, you know the drill. And if you're watching this back on YouTube after the fact, because this is going to be uploaded on YouTube immediately after this stream is done, still subscribe and like and stick around the channel for more content to come. Probably will do another drawing stream or 2 in the future. So, I'll see y'all then. Goodbye. And Phantom, I'm going to send you it on Discord in a moment. So, goodbye.